are preparing for UP TGT or PGT exam, then this video is for you. In this video, I am going to share 100 most important questions of English literature जो कि previous exams में भी पूछे गए हैं और आने वाले exam के point of view से काफी important है। तो हमारा आज का जो ये mock test है start करते हैं और आप मुझे comment section में लिखकर बताइए कि आपने कितने questions के answers correct दिए। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। Who wrote Convalescence? आई होप कि मेरे आंसर बताने से पहले आप अपना आंसर गैस कर लेंगे। तो देखते हैं इसका करेक्ट आंसर क्या है। इसका करेक्ट आंसर है चार्ल्स लैम्ब। नेक्स्ट है हु कंपोज्ड द फेमस लाइन इफ विंटर कम्स कैन स्प्रिंग बी फार बिहाइंड। पीबी शैले। हु इज कॉल्ड द प्रिंस अमंग एसेइस्ट? चार्ल्स लैम्ब। Write the right meaning of the word effeminate. A man who is womanish in his habits called effeminate. Shakespeare tragedy is written by A.C. Bradley. John Keats died at the age of 26. Which Bombay-based writer was a university professor of English? He was Ezekiel. Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities refers to London and Paris. T.S. Eliot migrated to England from USA. The Lotus Eaters was composed by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Summer in Calcutta is a work of Kamala Das. Family Union is a work of T.S. Eliot. What the Thunder Said is a section of the poem The Waste Land. The name of the protagonist of the Mayor of the Castle Bridge is Michael Henchard. To strive, seek, to find, and to eat occurs in the poem. It comes in the poem Ulysses. In which category will you place Arnold as a critic? Classist. One of my friends blank a fine collection of postage stamps has £10 blank money. It's a lot of. Shakespeare's sonnets are in the following form: 3 quatrains and a couplet. Which Indian writer of English language was of Jewish origin? He was Ezekiel. The name of Tennyson's famous elegy is In Memoriam. Break, Break, Break was written on the death of Arthur Henry Hallam. Pictorial quality is associated with the poet John Keats. Which novel of Dickens is called autobiographical? David Copperfield. Bathsheba is the heroine of Far from the Madding Crowd. Which writer is noted for what Keats called negative capability? William Shakespeare. Which Indian writer writes uninhabitedly about his or her sexual relationships? Kamala Das. Wordsworth's The Lyrical Ballads was published in 1798. Adonis by Shelley is an elegy on John Keats. It is dedicated to John Keats, who asserted himself a classicist in literature, royalist in politics, and Anglo-Catholic in religion. T.S. Eliot, who called Shelley a beautiful but an ineffectual angel beating in the void his luminous wings in vain. Matthew Arnold. The sonnet "The World is Too Much With Us" is written by Wordsworth. The phrase "willing suspension of disbelief" is associated with Coleridge. The Wasteland was published in 1922. The imaginary country Yokneptopha occurs in the novels of Faulkner. Which of the following poets wrote the poem entitled Dover Beach? Matthew Arnold. What played the most important part in shaping Ernest Hemingway's literary creations like Farewell to Arms? Experiences of war. The movement of return to nature has to do with the Romantic Age. Return to nature, this movement belongs to the Romantic Age. All the perfumes of Arabia cannot sweeten this little hand. What figure of speech has been used in the following line? Hyperbole. What is a figure of speech when the real meaning is exactly the opposite of that which is expressed by words apparently? Irony. What is a direct address to the dead, to the absent, or to a personified object or idea? Apostrophe. What is the name of an implied simile? Here the correct word is simile. It's not simple, that's the wrong. Simile. It's metaphor. The repetition of vowel sounds in a sequence of nearly words is called assonance. With the sound of a word resembles the sound it denotes, the figure of speech is onomatopoeia. Happiness is but an occasional episode in the general drama of pain. Contains a figure of speech called paradox. Patriotism, what horrors are done in your name? Name the figure of speech. Apostrophe. Hamlet's question to be or not to be means to live or to die. Whom does Milton accuse in Paradise Lost as the sons of valiant flaunt with insolence and wine? They are the Anglican clergy, the Cavalier poets, the opponents of the Commonwealth. When was Paradise Lost completed by Milton? In 1665. Lycidas is Milton's a pastoral elegy. Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice was produced in 1596. Shakespeare died in 1616. Shakespeare was inspired to write Tempest by which incident? Return of the sailors of a ship that had disappeared. My life is my foe's death is a line that means Romeo, the hero of the play Romeo and Juliet. Romeo loved Juliet, who was the daughter of the enemy of his family. That's the meaning of this line. My life here, Juliet, and she was the daughter of his enemy's family. What is the genre of Paradise Lost? Epic. Who possesses the natural simplicity of Wordsworth, the fantasy of Coleridge, the melody of Keats and Shelley, the narrative vigour of Scott? Alfred Lord Tennyson. In Milton, there is always an appearance of effort. In Shakespeare, scarcely any. This remark has been made by Matthew Arnold. Iliad was first translated into English by Alexander Pope. A sonnet consists of 14 lines. The fault, dear Brutus, is not our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Cassius made this remark before Brutus because he was jealous of growing power of Caesar and wanted to incite Brutus against Caesar. The word talking to oneself means soliloquy. Who set the style for modern English prose? Swift. The writer of Coriolanus is William Shakespeare. Paradise Lost consists of 12 books. The word omnipotent means one who is all powerful. Shakespeare was born in 1564. Thirsty Earth is an example of personification. Who said the plot then is the first principle and soul of tragedy, and character hold the second place? These are the words of Aristotle. Cowards die many times before their death. The valiant never taste of death at once. These lines have been taken from Julius Caesar. Fill in the blank with suitable preposition. Distribute the sweets blank Rena and Suresh. And the answer is between. A person living at the same time as another. Contemporary. O solitude, where are thy charms? Find the figure of speech here. Apostrophe. Daffodils is a poem of Wordsworth. Keats was a victim of rap on the knuckles. What is the meaning of the idiom? Rap on the knuckles means severe criticism. Macbeth sees the ghost of Banquo. Who states these words for Shakespeare? Soul of the age, the applause, the delight, the wonder of our stage. Ben Jonson. O Julius Caesar, thou art mighty, yet thy spirit walks abroad, and tongues are swords in our proper external. What is the essence of this statement? Caesar was mighty even after his death. Which Indian writer embraced Islam? Kamala Das. What is the meaning of autobiography? The life history of a person written by himself. Who is the heroine of Shakespeare's Tempest? Miranda. The correct term for a person of a material outlook and indifferent to culture is barbarous. The figure of speech in which we describe intelligence and personality to inanimate things is known as personification. Fill in the blank. The empty vessel blank much. The empty vessel sounds much. That's a proverb. What is the antonym of stigma? It's distinction. Romanticism and idealism are the main features of Romantic Age. What figure of speech has been used in the following line? Let not ambition mock their useful toil. Personification. The figure of speech which consists in the use of words which suggest the sense by their sound is called onomatopoeia. A blank is a small descriptive poem in which the machinery and conventions of epic proper are used in the treatment of previous themes. That's ballad. A savage place as holy and enchanted as are beneath a waning moon was haunted by women wailing for demon lover. These lines throw light on Keats' Hellenism. What is the antonym of insolvent? Wealthy. What is the meaning of the word misologist? A hater of learning. What is the meaning of the idiom hue and cry? A general outcry of alarm. The word disposition means one's nature of temper. Romanticism is basically a movement that reacted against various aspects. In philosophy, the Romanticism reacted against the rationalism of the 18th century. What is a caesura in poetry? It is a pause indicated by a comma. What figure of speech has been used in the following lines? Even thus last night and now night more I lay and could win thee sleep by and steal. Apostrophe. Willing suspension of disbelief is a phrase coined by Coleridge. To use another person's thought, writings as one's own is called plagiarism, in which Charles Dickens' novel we come across a character called Mr. Micawber. It's David Copperfield. The beginning of the modern realistic drama in England took place with the writing of Caste, a play written by रॉबर्टसन। जितने भी आपके करेक्ट आंसर्स हैं वो आप मेरे को कमेंट सेक्शन में लिखकर बताइए। अगर आप हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंडियन लिटरेचर को समझना चाहते हैं आप मेरे प्लेलिस्ट में जाके देख सकते हैं, मैंने सारी एजेस के ऊपर 100 क्वेश्चंस बनाए हुए हैं। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग।